Hey guys, Fierce Spartans here. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the new Blackout leak that we just got yesterday. And this is a lot of information. A lot of it is kind of concerning because the game's coming out in 3 months, and some of this stuff does not sound very good at the moment. It doesn't seem like it's going to be ready to go at launch or even for the beta, which is kind of crazy to think about because the beta is going to be here in September. So that's just like 2 months away at this point, really. So this could be a huge fail for Call of Duty with the Battle Royale launch, but we'll have to wait and see for when we play it hands-on. But let's get right into the information we got. It is going to be the largest map in Call of Duty history. No shocker there. He does say, though, that this is going to be a lot of verticality in this Battle Royale map. Now, this is all coming from a leak, so take it with a grain of salt. But this guy also released a leak right before the Zombies trailer went live, and a lot of that information turned out to be true. So this seems fairly credible at the moment, but as I said, we'll have to wait and see. So he says a focus on verticality. We saw that in the trailer a little bit for Blackout. They were fighting on that huge skyscraper, which we don't really see that much in Call of Duty. There's really only verticality on the boost jumping Call of Duties. I mean, other than Crash on Call of Duty 4, I think that was really like one of the few three-story buildings that we ever really played on, which is kind of crazy to think about that Call of Duty doesn't even, have too many three-story buildings, but for boots on the ground games. So he does say the layout, Nuketown is going to be right in the middle, and that's kind of interesting because it's going to be like Tilted Towers for Call of Duty pretty much if Nuketown's right in the middle. I mean, I don't know how much loot will end up being there, but hey, if it's right in the middle and it's Nuketown, a lot of people are going to be dropping. So they're aiming for at least 50 players, which is kind of concerning. They are hoping to get up to 64. Now, I think that 60 is like a minimum. Like, they can't have 50, in my opinion. I know Islands of the Nine just came out, and they have 50-player Battle Royale, and it seems to be going great so far. It's only been out for a few days now, and they do 50 players. It's fast paced. The storm's already moving when you're dropping, so it makes the player count feel a little bit bigger because you're engaging. It's forcing you to engage in gunfights. So if Call of Duty kind of did a similar thing, I'm sure it would work out. But I'd rather have a little bit more players. I don't think we're ever going to get up to 100 players. Unfortunately, I wish they would get up to 80, but that's probably not even going to happen. Unfortunately, so we'll see what the player count ends up being. Hopefully, after a few months after launch, maybe they can increase it, 4 or 8 or even 12 maybe. That'd be awesome, but you never know what we're going to get with Call of Duty. So the health is going to be 150, which is basically what the new multiplayer health mechanic is going to be pretty much as well. So they're continuing on with that, but you can also get some armor to take an extra shot. But there will be counter to that with armor-piercing rounds, and we have limited inventory spots. You can get more, I guess, with backpacks and that sort of thing. Some weapon loot has rarity, kind of like Fortnite. This leak does not confirm that it's going to be like one way or another. They're probably kind of in the decision making right now of whether to make it like Fortnite, where you just have like the same gun but different rarity levels, or if you have like guns, but you can still have different rarity levels, but you can also grab attachments. So like a epic, Scar could have 5 attachments, where just blue AR would have only maybe 2 or 3 or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see. I really hope they add attachments. I think that would be great for Call of Duty, kind of like a PUBG type of thing. Fortnite, a little bit too simple. I feel like Call of Duty could do attachments pretty well, in my opinion, for a Battle Royale game where you have to scavenge them. I feel like it makes the experience a little bit better to just loot. You don't just grab stuff so quickly. I'd rather have a little bit more than just grabbing a gun and being able to kill people right away. I'd rather have to be get a gun, get a red dot sight, get a 4 times sight or something like that, and then be able to really truly go to work on people. So there will be equipment in the game, such as an RCXD. Now, it won't be explosive, but it'll be kind of like the Rainbow Six RC, where you just kind of recon people. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know, it's not going to be the best in solos, obviously. I don't really know why you would use it in solo, but I guess you can. But I mean, I'm sure it'd be like a lot of fun in squads and stuff to kind of have that kind of element in there. There will be possibly specialist abilities in the Blackout mode, so the grapple hook, you'll be able to use it a few times. You can set up a barricade once, that sort of thing. I don't know how I feel about that. I already don't want them in regular multiplayer. I guess it would give Call of Duty Blackout its own kind of Call of Duty taste to it. But as I said, I'm not a huge fan of specialists, so I could honestly care less if they added more specialists to Blackout. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on specialists being in Blackout. I mean, it could be cool. I mean, it's not going to be any of the you're not going to pull out like an annihilator and like one-shot people. It's going to be like more of the abilities. So as long as they're balanced and they aren't like that great and you can't use them a bunch, I'm sure it won't be terrible. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. So there will be land, air, and sea vehicles, and this is where it gets kind of concerning. He says that only the ATVs are fully functioning right now in the current build. And as I said, the game's 3 months away, and if you only have one vehicle right now, we're going to get the beta in 2 months. It's probably going to be mid-September, I'd assume. Maybe late September, probably mid-September though. And only one of the vehicles is working, and the map's going to have sea and a lot of space. It's supposedly going to be the same size about as Fortnite. So if you have this huge area and you can't really traverse it that quickly, it's going to be. You also have a small player count. It's not going to be as fun. You have to have these vehicles to kind of force people to move a little bit quicker, and so people know where people are pretty much. So that's very concerning. Could easily fail. This game just from this leak, a lot of this does not seem to be ready to go at launch. I really hope they end up making it available at launch. I mean, it should be. I think they already said that it was going to be available at launch, but from this leak, it doesn't even seem like that will be a thing, to be honest. It doesn't seem like it's going to be good to go at launch, at least. So once again, there will be a storm/gas mechanic, just like every Battle Royale game out there, pretty much. And it'll be a simple visible wall. I really hope that if you're in the storm, you can't see people who have already gotten out of the storm very easily, like you can in Fortnite or PUBG, especially PUBG. It should be a challenge to kill people if you're already in the storm, and kill people who have already escaped it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people just camping in the storm, pretty much like in PUBG. So I really hope that it's not a super visible wall, but we'll end up seeing what happens. And then this is another thing that they need to fix. They're debating on whether to make it a spawn-in system, every other Call of Duty. In the Call of Duty Online Battle Royale version, it needs to have parachutes. It currently does, but they're kind of debating on whether they should just make a spawn system. It's not going to be Battle Royale. It's not going to feel like Battle Royale if you don't drop out of something in land, and pick your location. If you just spawn randomly, or even if there's search and spawn locations you can choose, it's not going to be the same. So I don't think this game mode Blackout is going to be perfect at launch, unfortunately. I wish it was. I really do, because I'm sure Call of Duty could do a great job if they did it how good Call of Duty was in Black Ops 2, and this transformed it into a Battle Royale. It would be great. But there's a lot of concerns in this leak that seem to show that this Blackout mode is not ready to launch at the moment, and we're only 3 months away from it launching, and probably 2 months away from just us being able to play it. So when we do, it'll be interesting to see how well it holds up. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and I'll see you guys on the next video.